It's time to review new Carnival games! Sorry, I just had to try and say it like the announcer. You see, when I was younger, I had this secret desire to be a carnival worker. To be able to play all the carnival games all day and all night, it just really appealed to me as a kid. But now as an adult, I kind of know the life of a carny isn't as glamorous as I may have thought it to be. But at least I could live out my childhood dream with this title. This is the third in the series of these Wii titles. Now, some of you out there might be saying, whoa, wait a minute. There was only one other Carnival Games title. What is this mythical second title you think exists? Well, actually, it does exist. Only it really wasn't a carnival type game. It was more like a mini golf simulator. It's called Carnival Games Mini Golf. It never really got my interest, so I never reviewed it. New Carnival Games is exactly what the title says. All new Carnival games. This actually kind of surprised me. I was expecting them to recycle most of the games from the first one, only with better controls and graphics, but they didn't do that. In fact, I think there are only a few games that were available to play in the first title as well, which I found really refreshing. There is a clear difference between the two titles. Unfortunately, that means that we're going to have to stretch what could be classified as a carnival game, since they used up all the classic ones in the first game. But more on that later. Each of the attractions can be played with up to 3 other players, so you could have some really fun multiplayer action if you choose to. Now, this title supports the Wii Motion Plus device, but it does not require it. I tested the games they had to offer with and without the device, and honestly, I couldn't tell the difference. There was no game that was helped out more by using the Wii Motion Plus device, and that's frustrating. Overall, the controls worked fine, and I really didn't run into any issues except with one game. It was a racing game where you roll the dice and your car will move according to your dice throw, but in order for your roll to count, you had to throw it over a line, and that's where one of the problems was. Now you have to simulate the movement of rolling a dice, which is kind of like a flicking motion. The title would never read my motions correctly, with or without the Wii Motion Plus device, and most of the time it would never go over that line, so my rolls would never count. Now the little Wii viewer and I both tried to play this game, and neither of us could get consistent results. Most of the time the dice wouldn't count because of missed throws. There were a lot of fun new attractions to play, like tic-tac-toe, lifting up a bottle with a string, playing under 7 or over 31, or the haunted house. But there were some attractions that were just downright odd for a carnival game simulator, like knocking a coin off an 8-ball or tractor racing. At what carnival would you ever find those to play? That would seem like it'd be very hard to set up or really dangerous. Some of the attractions needed tickets to play them, and those were usually the simplest games. Normally they dealt with luck, and you would get more tickets or prizes for your trouble. There were some locked attractions, and you had to find the secret ways to unlock them. But for the most part, everything was open to play right out of the gate. Now there was one really messed up attraction. You had to pick a color and then you spin the wheel, and when the wheel stops they release a dizzy mouse which goes into the hole of its choice, and if it's the color you choose, you win. Now where is PETA when you actually need them? That poor mouse is getting tortured over and over again, and nobody's doing anything about it. In each of the non-paying attractions, they give you 3 goals that you could shoot for. If you succeed in meeting a goal, then you'll get a certain number of tickets and a prize that corresponds with the goal you reached. The main goal of every attraction is to get the biggest prize, and you do that by trading up the smaller prizes for bigger ones. In the streets you go down to choose the games, there are also hidden secrets to find, so you will need to be on the lookout in the background for things you may need to click on, or people that you can help. If you really like achievements for you to conquer, this title has plenty for you to go crazy in completing. But some of them were just downright nuts. I mean, I can understand getting a certain number of tickets, but getting 7 of each prize? Who would take the time to do that? There are also more outfits to buy and unlock, so there is some replayability in that regard. New Carnival Games was fun. However, I have the same problem that I had with the first game, and that's the price they're asking for it. Currently, it's retailing at $40, $50 with the Wii Motion Plus device included. That seems way too expensive for a title with limited gameplay. You see, there are no attractions that you'll come back and play often. It'll be more of a quick but fun play over a weekend, and that's about it. Much like a carnival itself, it's fun in small doses. But if it ever comes down to $20, I do think it'd be worth a buy then. But the title is worth playing though, so I do think it's worth a rent.